Hello world, I'm Missy Girl and welcome to another video. Before I get started, make sure to like it up, subscribe, and comment below what you want to see me do next. So I didn't really have an idea until I watched another video early this morning, and her video was about coming out. So this is basically what my video is about, coming out and what homosexuality means to me. So let's get started. Personally, I don't believe in labels or labeling someone as lesbian, bisexual, asexual, straight. You are who you are. We're all human. We are all under God, and we all bleed the same blood. At the end of the day, we all have feelings. We all have love. We all want to be loved. Um, we all have smiles, happy times, all that stuff. So for me, labels isn't really um something I categorize myself in, but I do put myself under the LGBT spectrum or umbrella, as most would say. Um, a lot of people say I'm bisexual because of the experiences I told them. You know, my friends, my close friends. A lot of people say that I'm lesbian. A lot of people think that I'm straight, which I don't understand why, because I clearly put in my bio like a rainbow flag, like literally at the end of my bio, just to represent me, because that is a big part of me. My sexuality is a big part of me. Although I don't share what my sexuality is, it's still a part of me, just like I am black, like African American. Is a big part of me and a big part of what I believe in, as well as my sexuality and my preference. Anyway, so my family is very, very, very religious. Like, to the T, they are very religious. From my grandmother all the way down to like me. I'm very religious personally. I go to church faithfully. I'm a Christian. If those of you who don't know, like I said, I do attend church regularly on a regular Sunday basis. I love God. I love the Word. He's done so much for me, but I'm not gonna get into that because I know some people have controversies with religion and they don't believe in God and they don't believe in this. They're this religion, that religion. Again, you are who you are. I respect your values and your views, no matter what you believe in, who you believe in. If you don't believe in anyone at all, but me personally, I am Christian. So, with that being said, there's a lot of controversy with this saying in the Bible you should not date the same sex and everything. And I've done my research, and I've only saw like 2 to 3 verses where it says that homosexuality is a sin. All the other people that have quoted me and giving me scriptures that I've been researching it, it's just like, that's not what it's saying. But okay, I'm not gonna argue with people because most of the times it's older people, and I was always taught, be respectful to your elders. So therefore, I am respectful to my elders. But it is sad because I have values and I have beliefs and I have opinions, but for the most part, I can't share them. But it is what it is. So, I personally believe, and so does my godmother, who is very close to me. We both believe that God loves all his children. Like it says in the Bible, he loves all his children no matter what race you are, no matter what ethnicity you are, whatever. He loves all his children. I also believe that God made us all in his image, which also says in the Bible that he knows our lives before we know our lives. He knows what we're gonna do. He knows who we're gonna love. He knows all of that stuff. He is predestined, and he puts us in our path and he puts us in our footsteps for a reason. I also believe that, you know, in the Bible it says you should not judge, but here people are judging people on their sexuality, race, and all this other stuff. Why? I don't know, when it strictly says you should not judge, but that's people. So I'm gonna go and get started with telling you how I came out to my family. So I've always known that I liked girls. When I was really, really little, like 5, I was doing like this little kissing game with they're not really my biological cousins, but we're like, we all grew up with each other. So we call each other cousins, but we're like best friends / sisters. You know the deal. We played that game quite often. And, you know, we're all the same age and they don't really like girls, except for one of them. Other than that, they, you know, whatever. So I guess that was just a phase for them. But for me, it wasn't a phase. I knew I liked girls all the way up to middle school, high school, and even now in college. I've had my experiences with girls, you know, whatever. I'm not going to get into detail, as you know, it's a little graphic and a little explicit. But it wasn't until, like, I told my friends, my cousins, best friends, sisters, I told them about it, and I told a couple of my other friends about it, and they were perfectly fine accepting of it or whatever. And this was before same-sex marriage was legal, because same-sex marriage was legal in June 2015. I knew what I was before that. Okay. So 2017, October 11th, the Sunday, that is actually National Coming Out Day for the LGBT community, for those who want to come out to their family. It's not, they don't have to come out on that day, but it's just for those who have come out, have come out already before or on that day or after that day, share their experience and, all that good stuff. So I didn't even notice that was the actual day until, like, I did research or whatever, until I saw on social media that was the day. I was like, wow, I came out on coming out day, which it wasn't my intentions. So I'm looking at the time to make sure I'm not, over time. So I told my god sister, who's also bisexual, she labels herself as bisexual, and she was like, we're gonna tell your parents. I'm just like, no, we not. And then it was like, she's like, yes we are. And I'm just like, so then weeks go by. She always comes to my grandma's house every Sunday. So weeks go by. So one Sunday, I never forget, I was walking to the bathroom and she was sitting down, and she was like, today's the day. And I was like, what you mean today's the day? She was like, today's the day, we're gonna do it. I was like, whoa there, you can't just come out to me, you can't just say this, we in church, like, let's discuss this after the fact. So I was nervous, I was getting really nervous. I was in the bathroom like, so then after church comes and I'm with my mom, we're in the car, we're going to my grandma's house, the usual. It's my grandmother, my grandfather, my father, my Aunt Dana, my god sister, and me, obviously. But my father had left. So apparently my god sister was in the car with my Aunt Dana going to my grandma's house, and she had told my Aunt Dana that she was bisexual. And my Aunt Dana was like, okay, she's my Aunt Dana is very open to it. She's very open to anything. She's religious too, but she's still open, whatever. She's like, okay, I love you regardless, da 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 da. So we get in the house, we all eating some good soul food, some good black people food. I'm sorry, I heard something. And we all chilling or whatever, so it's awkward silence, and I'm just like, I hope she doesn't bring it up. So then she kicks me underneath the table, and I'm looking at her like, don't you do it. So then she was like, yeah, we gonna do it. I was like, what? And all my family members were looking like, what y'all talking about? Like, this is secret code or something? Anyway, so then my sister was like, my sister was like, I gotta tell you guys something, da 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 da. So everybody was like, what happened? Like, what you gotta tell us, sis? But I see. So then my god sister was like, I'm bisexual, and it was like, oh, okay, like, oh hey, you good, we still love you regardless, girl. Da, 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 da. So then my sister looks at me, and she's like, yeah, and Naimik wanted to tell y'all too that she's bisexual. And my mom was like, what in the world? And she started crying. I'm like, you know how in the meme there's like a little girl with the glasses in her bed? She's like, that's exactly how I was, but I was sitting down like, that wasn't supposed to happen. And then my grandma her chair sideways, so she was like, like, she was facing to me. She was like, you know what? I don't believe that's true. You never had sex with a guy, and did you have sex with a girl? And I was like, oh my goodness, here we go. So now, but then I was like, oh my god. So then my Aunt Dana comes and she talks to my mother into a different room. They go and they're talking. She's crying. She's like, what did I do wrong? I trained my daughter right way. I trained my daughter to always love boys. My daughter's always had crush on boys. And I'm just like, that's not what is supposed to happen. Like, what? So then she comes out a few minutes later, and she's like, with tissue in her hand, she's like, did you ever have sex with a boy? I was like, nah. Did you ever have sex with a girl? I was like, nah. Well, how you bisexual? I was like, oh god. I was like, and it was like, you have to have sex with both genders so you can be bisexual. If that's not the case, then you're not bisexual. And I was like, that makes sense. I was like, that makes sense. So then I was like, can I be bi-curious? Like, what? And then it was like, you could say you bi-curious, but we still don't condone that. We Christians and God believes in everything. God believes that you cannot date the same sex. And I was, well, they didn't say it like that, but I was like against it. And then my little lady was like, okay. So on the way home, ooh, this is 10 minutes long. Woo. I'm trying to make it 12 minutes. Okay. On the way home, I went with my mother. Obviously, we live in the same house. My god sister and my godmother, my aunt. Ooh, well, wrong person. And they followed my mom to make sure she wasn't crying or whatever. So then we got in the house. It was quiet the whole time we was in the car. We got in the house. We went upstairs. She was like, Naomi, come here. I was like, oh my god. Did you tell your father what you told us? No. Tell your father what you told us. I was sat on the bed. He's like, what happened? And she looked at me. She's like, go on, tell him. And I was like, I don't know who I like. And he was like, what you mean? I was like, I don't know who I like. He was like, as far as gender and preferences, I was like, yeah. He was like, you like girls? I was like, yeah. You like boys? I was like, yeah. Okay. I was like, why couldn't it just been the same response my mom gave me instead of just crying for no reason because she thinks she's a bad parent, which is not the case. So then she was like, you gonna be okay with this, Darwin? And he was like, I mean, like, she 19, like, you feel me? Like, she an adult, you feel me? Like, she gonna date whoever she wanna date, and you know, I'm gonna love her regardless of my baby girl, you feel me? Like, and she was like, well, I never brought her up this way. And I was like, oh. So now, well, not now, but then every time I bring up the conversation, she kind of got really defensive and angry, and yeah. Now she asks me questions, and she kind of is open to it, but not too open to it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that's all. It's just 12 minutes long. This is too long. So, my next video on Wednesday is gonna be my grandmother's response to it, like individually. It's very, very deep and very, very emotional and very, very hurtful to me. So if I cry, I mean, it is what it is. I know. But it is very emotional to me for her to say what she said to me, and I will explain that in part 2 of my coming out video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried to make this as comical as possible, and this all happened. I'm not bluffing anything. I'm not faking anything. This all happened with the little comical spin. So part 2 will be on Wednesday, telling you about what my grandmother said to me personally and individually, and a little bit about how my mother feels about the situation now, because she kind of changed a little bit. So if you guys have any questions about your coming out story, you can always comment below. This video is 13 minutes long. I did not expect it to be so long, and I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys stayed for this whole video. I love you guys. Be true, be you. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.